Hey everybody, we're excited about this. Today we're in downtown San Diego. There is an absolutely breathtaking view and we're on a 46-foot BENETEAU First 45F. She's the 3-stateroom model with the forward cabin being the master suite with an in-suite head. And then she has 2 rear cabins, aft and port, with a midship head also. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful boat. She's sleek, she's fast looking. And from what I hear, based on Bruce Farr's designs, with the design and rigging, she absolutely gets up and goes in the water. So this is an exciting boat to do for sure. We're gonna start up on the bow. She's got her head sail. All her sheets, which we'll point out later, all her sheets absolutely run back to the cockpit. But one thing I absolutely love about this design is that all the sheeting is run underneath. So when you're walking on the deck and under sail and have to get up on the forward areas, there's no sheets to step over. That's a great advantage. We have here, obviously, the anchor locker with the windlass. Plenty of chain, plenty of room. It has draining areas also. One thing I like is it's got a roller furring head sail, and the roller furring part where your sheet is wrapped around is actually up under. It's protected from the weather, which I actually really like that. She has keep decking, which is really nice. Could probably use to be resealed, but absolutely gives the boat a lot of character. One thing to note right off the bat is also she has a sunlight system right down the center of the whole cabin, which when you drop down in the cabin, you're gonna notice it actually looks like great lighting. It opens up the cabin a great deal. We have our spinnaker pole, we have our lifelines. She's sturdy, she's built really well. It's a double spreader model, which I like. Plenty of port lights throughout the boat. They're all opening, which will just create so much ventilation down inside. So one thing I mentioned earlier was that the sheets run underneath the decking and it gives you a great amount of space to walk around without tripping over the sheets. So this is the area that I'm talking about. So you'll see your head sheets, they run forward, or run aft, I'm sorry, and then come back, and then they're underneath, they run underneath this. This is a serviceable hatch, so you can actually lift this off at some point and get under there and clean. Anyway, so this is the area I'm talking about. So I'm walking on top of the sheets right now, which is just so awesome. I can stow my main sheet, no problem. Get all around here, do all sorts of cool stuff. So that's a great feature, I love that. One thing I noticed while I was walking around her is she has her speed, wind, and navigational instruments here on the masthead. You can clearly see it from the cockpit, which is actually a nice feature. They do have their steps on here because when he does show the boat or when they get to the marina, they'll throw the steps down so you can step up in it. So this normally wouldn't be there for those of you that aren't familiar with these. It just makes boarding the vessel a lot easier when you're at a slip or a marina. But so this wouldn't normally be here, and you'd see the nav instruments really well. So very cool, I like it. I love the system. All your sheeting coming off your main or your mast, all your sheeting coming off your mast is again all run underneath. It goes back to the cockpit, which is really great. As we move back aft, you'll see the Dodger. A unique feature on this Dodger is that it's really, really high. Besides it's in fantastic condition and all the isinglass is super, super clear, it's very high, so your field of view when you're in the cockpit area is, I mean, absolutely 360 degrees for one. Secondly, it's so high that you're not gonna hit your head or it's gonna obstruct your view in any way. It's a really nice feature. Good handholds, so as you're moving and navigating around the deck, which the deck is really wide. That's one thing that Yulia notices, the side decks are sloped a tad. So what that feature is, it'll drain off. So remember, sailboats typically are wet boats, especially if you're heeled up. No, it's not difficult to walk at all. Well, we are on a mooring. It's a breezy day. There is a little bit of some traffic going around, so it causes a little bit of a wake through here. So the filmer is having a tough time holding the gimbal and balancing. I'm worried our whole rig is going to go in the water. But anyway, so no, it's the side decks are sloped, and that's to make it ideal so that there's not going to be much standing water on the side decks. So when you do navigate and walk around them, you're not going to have puddles of water. So it's self-draining, which is really nice.
Is it going to improve performance or not?
It doesn't improve performance, it improves safety, you know. First of all, these teak decks, if you were in bare feet or deck shoes, you're gonna stick to this teak really well. So, and the water's just gonna run right off. So, you know, imagine this girl's heeled up, you know, and she's over, you're going through some swells, and you know, you're gonna be taking some spray up over, and she's gonna be wet up front.
Do all boats have it, or it's
No.
some particular designs?
Yeah, it's just a design feature.
Boats, when you get more in the racing.
It's probably leaning more towards the racing, the performance aspect of it. You're not going to see it on every boat, for sure. But again, this boat is very sleek. So they've continued the line is what they've done. Is the top of the cabin, and then you have your side, it slopes down. It's not your standard, or you know, what you see a lot is, you know, the side of the cabin is more vertical. This is more slopey, it's more fast. So it's gonna be much sleeker in the wind. It's not gonna be forcing itself against the wind. And then when you do get a water up here, she's gonna run right off, no problem. So yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. That was great. So all the sheets look in great shape. Definitely great shape. So we move back to the cockpit area. Nice big helm wheel, really nice big helm wheel. It's got a steering lock on it, good sized compass, easy to read. Gimbal mount for your iPad, so you can move all around the boat, whatever station you're at. It does have a lower nav station, so if you're moving through the boat. She has the engine instruments right on the port side. She's got nav instruments on the starboard side with your throttle control. Real nice setup, I like it. Drink holder, obviously, because you need your sundowners. It's got some nice lazarettes. Nice deep lazarettes. There's 2 lazarettes that open on starboard and port. So your port side's going to be your propane tank, which is nice, easy access. Really nice. You also have just forward of the lazarette and the propane port side is you have your dock side plug-ins, which is nice that, you know, your cord can come aft if you're backed in. Very comfortable, very comfortable. And again, I had mentioned the nav instruments up on the masthead. I can clearly see them from here. They're also duplicated down here on my starboard, which I like. So I don't have to look down and disrupt my field of vision when I'm operating this vessel, which is really nice. It does have electric winch, so I can access the electric winch. So this single-handed, this boat would be really, really easy. It'd be fun, it'd be a lot of fun. It does have the skylight, so I can see my sail and trim it if I need to, which is a very nice feature. The Bimini's in great shape, the Dodger's in great shape, the canvas is in fantastic shape. Zippers look great. All of the substructure of the canvas looks really good shape. So it does have a nice little wench for your outboard, so you're not gonna have to lift it over by hand. One thing really nice is that it does have a platform off the back that opens up. It's not a garage, so to say, but it's a nice platform if you're moored for several days or a week or so. This has been upgraded. This is a SailTech adjustable rear mainstay, which is really nice. So you can trim her out, get her a little tighter if you need to, or loosen her up. It does have port lights in the cockpit area for the 2 berths, starboard and port. Helps get that airflow in. Really nice. So it's right below your feet. So it's right down there. And the nice feature about that, which I really like, is say we had inclement weather, say we were down in the tropics and it was raining, your outer port lights you might have to shut because of the rain, but these, since they're protected by the bimini, you can leave those open and still get that air circulation through. You also have two more lazarettes underneath the seating in the cockpit. They're really deep and really nice. So the lines, again, run forward to aft, They're covered and they're well marked. They have locks on them, really nice. Good stowing of the line, I like that. It's out of the way, you're not going to be tripping over it at all. So we've moved down into the Salon forward cabin of Godspeed, which is the name of this beautiful vessel. Headroom. Lots and lots of headroom. Really good feature like that. And these are the skylights that I was telling you about when we were up on top. So it kind of gives the impression of you have lighting on right now, but there's actually no lights on in the Salon whatsoever. It actually runs forward into the master suite also. So these are just your skylights. And it offers a nice illumination in here, which I really like. I originally, when I stepped on the boat and saw that it has an island portion settee, but didn't think I was going to be a fan, but I have to tell you, there's two things I noticed real quick about this. One, it's not in the way like I thought it was going to be. And two, since we do have a nice long galley here on the port side, it gives me a place to either lean or hold on to. So I can do both. So obviously the stove's gimbaled. So if she's heeled over and it's supper time, we're cooking, I can position myself in here no problem. So if I'm heeled this way, you know, I'm there. If I'm heeled back, same thing. So let's talk about the galley first and foremost. So good cabinetry. I like the cabinetry. Very spacious, easy to access, 2 sinks. There is a nice handrail up here. So again, you're going to be stable when you're in the galley area underway. Gimbaled stove like I had mentioned. And then our refrigerator is going to be right here, refrigerator freezer. Nice cooling plates. Let me open this other one up too. So easy access, very nice. Reach down inside. Put yourself a couple little portable shelves in there for different heights. So nice cabinetry. I like the storage. It offers a lot of storage. I also like the fact that we have a shelf up here, and the shelf runs all the way along the galley. Fan. You can never have too many fans in a galley. And then also next to the galley, I've noticed it's got a heating and cooling system on it. And you've got a exiting vent right here, which is really nice. Your monitor system for your propane, and then you've got also cabinet and drawers here as well. So very nice features. You can see we're rocking. You can see the gimbal stove's working like she should. Again, headroom's really nice. The settee, moving back to the settee now. The island, I actually like it for the features I mentioned. The table folds down. You can fold the table down. And I like that it's not necessarily like a horseshoe. Like sometimes we'll see like a U-shaped settee. This is much more, maybe we'll call it like a lazy settee. So I can see right now, it's easy to get into. I'm not struggling to get into it. It's comfortable. Again, matching cabinets, both starboard and port. Open the same way, nice easy access. TV, probably a good spot for a TV if you're into that. Nice handhelds again. So as we move aft, nav station. Nav stations are always my favorite. I love nav stations. They're just kind of where you can, if you're a sailor or a boater, you know, you can kind of geek out. It's kind of like the man cave for a boat. Great access, great storage, mapping. Probably put a nice chart plotter here, or maybe gimbal for your iPad you carry around. Stick it there, stick it here. But it's also nice because I can communicate to the people on the settee if I'm checking things while we're underway or want to do some mapping, you know, chart plotting, some routes. So starboard, here's your starboard aft cabin entrance, port aft cabin entrance. Nice stairs, good handholds. You can get up and down real easy. I have had no issues of worry of hitting my head at all, which is really nice. I usually hit my head every chance I get. And the companionway in and out is such that it doesn't cut you down at all and hit your head. The cabins are nice, very roomy. A couple hanging lockers, drawers, plenty of room down here, plenty of ventilation, and The interesting thing is the port lights. This one in the cockpit area is cracked maybe about 3 centimeters, but everything else is closed down, and it's not warm. It's probably about 70 degrees outside today. It's not warm at all. I don't feel it's heated up. It's got great ventilation. One thing we noticed when we walked on the boat immediately, which we really appreciate and like, is there was zero musty smell. So water intrusion hasn't been an issue on this boat at all. I looked at the bilges, went through them, and they're as dry can be. And we just had some rain here about 3 or 4 days ago, a fair bit amount, so it's nice to see that. A little seating area for maybe you gotta put on your shoes, something like that. Headroom, again in here, which we saw on the catamaran we did, where they had specifically crowned it so you didn't hit your head. I like it. I have headroom all the way back until I'm actually 2/3 of the way in the berth. So nice privacy door. It's unique. These doors actually have a curve to them, which is really cool. I like that. It matches the curve of the walls. Well thought out. Good design. Good design. Great design. The portside cabin is going to be set up identical to it. Same everything. Hanging lockers, drawers. Nice little cabinet there. Again, it's got the privacy door. It's also curved. So I like the attention to detail. It's a kind of the sleek. I kind of feel like it's a very European design. Like it's not just a flat piece of wood. They've taken the extra time to actually curve it, match the exterior walls of the cabin, and then our aft head or midship head is right here. Again, it's a curved door. So she's a wet head. You can shower in her. So it's roomy, plenty of headroom, which again, I'm 5'11", so you've got 6 feet of headroom in here. I don't feel cramped for space at all. Since she is a sailing vessel and a performance cruiser, she's got handholds everywhere. You know, I can really hold on to things. So I love it's got the little privacy curtains in it. They're very nice. Again, headroom's not an issue. Entering or exiting the head, I'm not even close to hitting my head. More handholds. More storage. Okay, let's do the front cabin. So we're going to move up to the master cabin now. So she's all the way up in the bow. Really nice mini settee here, couch area. I like that. We have the hanging locker. Your bed's over here. It's about the size of a full, maybe a little wider than a full. Plenty of headroom. I also have the skylights again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 port lights. They all open. Get plenty of air ventilation in here. Again, it's 70, 71 outside. One's cracked, and I just cracked this one. It's not warm in here. It's not stuffy at all. Great ventilation. We do have the in-suite head, which is really good size. It is a wet head. We still continued with our skylight here, so I still have lighting. I have ventilation here, which is going to help with any mildew or mold, which there is absolutely none. This is designed so that's your toilet, obviously. You can use that, but when you're not using that and you're showering, because if we're underway or at a mooring, you want to be a little more sturdy, stable. So you typically take your shower, you know, seated down. Great to shave your legs if you're into that sort of thing. Plenty of lighting. I like the lighting around here. It's got all recessed lighting, LED recessed lighting. Very nice. Areas are easy to access. I have plenty of headroom. I have plenty of headroom. Even moving all the way to the sink, I have plenty of headroom. So yeah, that's that. Looks good. I like it. I don't feel cramped in here. I'm going to shut the door. No, I don't feel cramped at all. Plenty of room. Kind of has a feeling if you've ever been on a bigger plane traveling. Kind of got that, somewhat of that feeling of that, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable. And it's nice it's in the suite. So if you do have guests on board and they're sleeping in the rear, they have their own restroom head, and then the master, the captain, and his first mate, they have their own. They don't have to go through the vessel in the middle of the night or anything like that to use it. So what do you think? Is this going to make a great performance cruising boat?
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, I think so. It's very...
It's spacious for the sailboat, and then I like the room, I like the openness.
She's got a lot of room, a lot of headroom downstairs, but once you get topside, I really like that. It's sleek, it's aerodynamic, she's fast. So the performance aspects of it, your fuel capacity is going to be reduced. That if it was a cruising vessel, it would be much greater. So they trimmed weight where they could to make her faster. So that's one of the things a performance cruising boat does. So.
From the woman's standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
nice room, nice headroom, bunch of storage,
Mm-hmm.
nice sitting area, bed is nice, easily accessible. I do like separate areas. I do like galley.
Mm-hmm.
Like how spacious.
What do you like about the galley?
Well, I like how spacious, and it has something about design. Nice flow, so it's easy to get in and out on the settee.
Mm-hmm.
On the
Yeah, it's very easy. You saw me slide in and slide out.
yeah, so usually it's
Right. Yeah, usually, yeah. You end up hitting the table with your leg or something like that, but that wasn't the case at all.